What's up, everybody? Long time no see. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. Big shout out to all the families who are in military, who have lost loved ones, grandfathers, great-grandfathers who have served our country to make us as free as we possibly can be. And I salute everybody out there. So thank you guys so much. This day is for those who have fallen, and we appreciate you and your family and all that stuff. So, love you guys. But today, it's raining outside in Virginia, and I wanted to get some more legwork done on this CM400T motor. Some of you guys may not watch the video on. There was this bike in particular was running on one cylinder, and what's going on TTL? And what we came out with was a piston that was completely gone. More than likely a lean condition, an extreme lean condition on this cylinder is trying to fire, eventually creating a hot spot where that spark plug is, and detonating the piston, burning a hole straight through it and out the bottom. There was some overheating going on underneath, but not a crazy amount. It was all really up top, which is why I don't think of the lack of oil type situation. Usually the bottom of the piston will just be black, and the oil will be burnt to it and overheated. You can tell. This one looks like it was overheated from the top. So, lean condition. And that ruined the cylinder. I wouldn't say, it's not gone, you know, but you can see that metal that's embedded itself inside the cylinder. Toasty. So, good buddy of mine owns this bike. He bought it like this, and I cleaned the carbs on it for him. He couldn't get it going. He lives kind of far away from me, so I would fix something, send it off to him, so on and so forth. But he eventually brought the bike in to me, and that's what we found. So, scouring the internet for used parts, which is pretty easy to do on these old 400s. They're pretty much everywhere. Came up with a new cylinder, and on the membership inner circle, we've been kind of going through honing and that kind of stuff on cylinders. But I painted it and got the cylinders all honed out. Pretty much brand new. It will do the job, and it looks kind of cool because we just painted it. So, 3 layers of fireproof paint, and I put it in the oven for about 180 degrees for about an hour, and that was the result. Okay, cool. So, I still have some head work to do. Some of the metal is up, kind of caked itself to the top of the crown of the head, so not a crazy amount. And yes, there probably is some fine metal particles in the bottom of the oil pan in the oil filter. Hopefully it might have picked some up, maybe embedded itself in the oil pump. He didn't want to go all the way through it. He just wants to get it running enough so he can enjoy it for a little bit and then potentially get rid of it. Okay, so, and the camshaft's fine. None of the oil got up to the top end, which is good. Here, and we're just gonna put the cylinder on today. Not going to put the head on. So, like I said, I still have some work to do. I do want to lap the side of the valves that were not functioning, or they were functioning but they weren't being used because of that compression blow-by. So I'm going to do some lapping, and I'm going through an R&R, engine R&R like session with the members of when it comes to lapping and top dead center and all that stuff. But I wanted to tag you guys in because I know some of you guys were a part of me tearing this thing apart. If you haven't checked that out, feel free. It's on the channel. Kind of crazy what we found when we opened it up. But, so yeah, not going to kill any more of your time. I'm just going to turn the camera around and start installing this cylinder. There's 2 different ways to do it. And one way is a tool that probably nobody has, but I will probably not use it. If I need to, I'll bust it out and see how it's done. But other than that, I'm just going to install the cylinder. Let's get to it. Whoop, whoop. Turn it around. Let's see, that looks like an okay shot. I think that's good. So I also have my computer pulled up. Let me see if I can't log into the video and say hi to you guys. Turn this off. Sweet. What's up, Clarence? Swoop. Afternoon from Yuma, Arizona. Couldn't you sleeve that head? Oh, sleeve the head. Sleeve the cylinder. Know much about bikes, but I'm sorry. What's up from Mission, Texas? What's up, Alta? Meandering, my man, what's up? Yeah, you could re-sleeve that cylinder if you wanted to, but I'm not going to because I don't think it's worth it. We found a cylinder for 40 bucks and it looked great, and that's cheaper than re-sleeving it, honestly. And it's really hard to. One thing I did make sure on these motors in particular, they have a little oil passage, right? So they're right here. Make sure that that's clear, make sure that path down is clear. That's how oil gets up through the cylinder and all around that good parts all the way up to the top of the head. So make sure that those are clear. Got the gaskets all scraped. These are the newer pistons that I cleaned and put new rings on. They will work great. No wear on the skirts or anything like that. I'm going to install this gasket without any sealant on it. Okay, this is like the paper thin gasket. The next one that goes up will be the head gasket, which is a lot thicker. It's got the actual crush metal ring on the middle. What's up, Mr. Jeeper from Utah? Randy Larson, Gretna, New England, checking in. What's up? What's up, Micah? Sydney, Maine, from the UK, Matt Smith. What's up, everybody? Just kind of killing some time with you guys. I'm not gonna make this crazy long and put the whole entire motor back together because I still have some work to do, but if I'm gonna work on it, I might as well show you guys what I'm doing. So I'm gonna install this gasket. The rings, I've already been oiled. I'm gonna pull this cam chain up. And I already have dowels in there, let's see. Yeah, let's try putting it on top of the tensioner, you dummy. How about that? All right, cam chain. All right, you're in my way. Bring that back up around. Trying to keep this gasket oil free, but it's kind of hard to when you got metal parts that need oil. All right, so we're back up. Let's go around the tensioner this time. There we go. Back down. Haha. And onto the dowel pins. One thing that you guys need to know about dowel pins, interesting fact, is that they actually keep the motor, they keep the motor from like actually twisting, you know, because as you're revving it up and it's getting hot, everything's kind of moving and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. The dowel pins are not just for guides for the gasket. They're actually there to keep the structure of the cylinder as close to square as possible. On like race motors, like high-end, top-of-the-line, turbocharged, whatever race motors, they'll actually use solid dowels. And on a lot of the newer bikes, we're also finding solid dowels. A solid dowel meaning this is a dowel pin, right? They'll use a solid one. Now on the older ones, they had hollow dowels because a lot of times they were shooting up oil through there. But needless to say, the solid dowel is a lot stronger piece of metal, obviously. It's not going to allow it to flex or anything. And yeah, just food for thought. So gasket's on. Tensioner guide is on because that's obviously bolted in. Chains on the gear. I'm not worried about it coming off the gear as per se right now. Pistons have markings that say intake. You want those on the intake side of the motor. Pins are in there. New circlips to hold them in. Never reuse a circlip once it's been removed. Yeah. Hello from Idaho. Love the videos. What's up, Steven? Thanks, man. Mr. 2, Mike. Hello, great to see you. I missed the Monday lives. I know, Vic. It's been crazy, man. I'm currently working on a 81 650 Maxim and I'm having blinker issues. I'm not trying to answer any questions right now, Mr. G. We'll see how this video goes. Ben Fox, thanks for all your videos. You're welcome, man. Steven, sounds like a relay problem. Oh, he's talking to him. What's up, Sarah Mika from Croatia? Help me repair my CM400T. That's awesome, man. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Alright, so here's the cylinder. Let me grab some oil. So there's two ways to do this. Alright. The book and the manual say to get something to kind of hold the cylinders or the pistons up, right, level. You want these to be level, so you know obviously when you go down with the cylinder, you got to go down. Really the key is just taking your sweet time. That's key because you don't want to screw the rings up, obviously. And they want you to use like these old school piston ring collapsers, calipers, collapsers, and I don't like them. I think they get in the way more than anything, and because the bottom of the cylinder has a taper to it. Okay, see that taper? Tapers in. It makes it pretty easy to get the rings on if you're careful. But when you're going down with the cylinder, the pistons like to drop too, because the crankshaft's trying to spin, and you got all this stuff trying to hold up the chain and do all this, and so when you're going down, the pistons can tend to like just start dropping down. So you gotta. There's ways to go around it if you don't have this tool, but this is a tool from a GL 1800. So I've done some transmission work on the the Gold Wings, the GL 1800s, and putting the pistons back on is quite a task. It is quite a task. You should see it done in the factory. They do it in like 10 seconds, but there's phases. There are different phases. You got to put different blocks in at certain times as you're going down. It's a big mess. But this tool actually works great because you can slide underneath each of the skirts. Okay, so the piston skirt will kind of see, but the gasket's getting in the way with this, so I don't want to do it. It worked better without the gasket on it. I did a little pre-test. But what it does is it holds these pistons up straight like this and allows them to not drop down. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to install them and go very slow and use, I have one block right here that I wrap in a Ziploc bag because it's a wood piece. I don't want any wood shavings going down in the motor, obviously, but it helps me kind of take the pressure off my hand if I'm trying to hold the cylinder up. I kind of lay the block down and put pressure on the block, So that's an easy trick, just to get some pieces of 2x4 and kind of size them up and say, all right, when I'm getting to right here, I need some pressure to be laid on here so I can kind of work with this piston over there, and you can kind of just make it as you go. But this is not made for a CM400. I just grabbed it because I actually use it for CB500F tank stuff. So we'll see how it works. But I'm going to use a popsicle stick to push the rings in as I go, maybe even my fingernails, but I hope that it goes in really smoothly. I have a feeling that it will, but what I am going to do is I'm going to oil up the cylinders, okay? Not a lot. Just put a little drop in it, use my 2 fingers and kind of coat the inside. So when you go to start it up, it will smoke, but I mean, a thimble of oil in the cylinder will freaking go forever. It'll smoke forever, so I'm not worried about that. All right, so we got oil in the cylinders. Now it's time to grow a 3rd arm and put this thing on. Having your buddy there with you is always easier too, but the shop's closed today. All right, so we'll go down with this. All right, and let's see. So the tensioner bolt for the back is right there. So we're gonna go right here. The cylinder's relatively light, so that's helpful. If I can grab the chain. Well, I'm not gonna worry about the chain right now. How about that? You can just stay down there. So we'll put this on the piston, then we'll kind of straighten them up like that. All right, now what I usually do is I try to rock the piston because of the taper. I'll kind of set the front side edge of them in first and kind of work them down. So the front side will go in kind of at an angle, not a crazy angle. All right, that first ring is almost in. We'll work on this one. All right, so the first ring is in on both sides. Now, if you had like an inline 4 or something, it'd be a little bit more difficult. You will need a buddy with you. So I'm gonna work on this side first. All right, so that's almost in. Go on this side. Kind of see where I'm at. See, I'm gonna block the camera real quick. All right, first ring is down. Using my fingernails, the second ring is down on that other far one. Like I said, that taper adds, I mean, it's really awesome. Smart choice. So, it looks like pretty much all of the rings are in, besides that lower scraper. There we go. So I just kind of worked it back and forth. That one dropped down. Let's do this far right side. Kind of rock the skirt back and forth. If it's not going in smooth, you can look and see what's going on. There's that train. Y'all know the train. All right, so I'm gonna set my block in there so we can figure out what's going on the other side. That kind of works. All right, so let's see. It's still in the land. I'm not out of there yet. It's still there. It looks like inside the cylinder the piston's kind of cocked. So I'm going to come back out with this one a little bit and see if I can't come back down. Phew! Phew! And that's it. We are past all of the rings. So now I will get the chain. Bring the chain up through. Like that. block, take some pressure off my hands. And bring that up. So let's change this camera angle for you guys. Okay. Now, evenly, we'll work this thing down. And what I can do is I can take this chain, I can actually rotate the motor so that it kind of pulls this cylinder down. Like that. Now that whole sleeve is down in there, and it helps me do that. And that's the cylinder. Looks pretty good like that motor. Silvered up. That's it. Rings are in, pistons are in. The next thing that will go on would be the head. Of course, you want all your dowels. All the dowels, right? But yeah, so I got a couple of gaskets to do. Like I said, I have to do some more work on the head to lap that kind of stuff in. But that's the task that you want to take your time on. Single cylinders are a lot easier, obviously. Twin cylinders, you can kind of work with all the weight in your hands. The inline four stuff is when it gets a little bit tricky. You want to kind of really set up a spot where you can get two in and bring it down and the other two in and kind of have a buddy work with you, or do it by yourself, whatever. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna do some more work on the head and clean out the seats on those and probably relap the valves. I'll be doing some, like I said, I'm doing some series of videos for the members over on the Facebook page. If you guys don't know anything about that, check out the website. We got a private Facebook group where we're talking about questions and that kind of stuff. And I'm also putting on series of videos like engine R&R stuff on the membership portion. And so it's really a lot of fun. It allows me to really dive into a topic and break it all down. But let's see if you guys got any questions. I'll see if I can't nail one or two of these things. Let's change this camera angle real quick. I gotta throw a fan on. Sweating. All right. Man, you make me feel like reaching out into the phone to help you out. I got it, Alta. I got it, man. Stephen Neal, the Facebook page is a private page that members have access to, and we do, like live Q&A videos on there. If someone has a question, I try to nail down a video and just show it to them like in the moment. It's not like all cut up and edited. It's all real time. And I'll go over like something serious, or a guy had a question about breaking chains, so I'll do a quick video on there. It's a more interactive space where I can really hone in, and people have questions, or if I have content that will not be on YouTube, that's where it's all kind of feeding into. So it's kind of like a community of people who love working on their own bikes, like a lot of you guys do. But I get so many questions from Facebook and YouTube and the email list, and it was just so hard to keep up with. So I wanted to spend time with people who really do value the content and the time I spend with the questions, and really hone in on them. So, and like this week we're doing a bunch of cool stuff, man. What would you use to clean your fuel injection system on your bike? I'll show you. depending on how bad it is, that's key. I mean, if it's like completely clogged up right now, then this is pointless. I use this stuff in every bike that I work on because I've seen the results of this AMSOIL PI. Performance improvement, gasoline additive concentrate. It's very potent stuff. But if you follow the directions on it and don't overdo it thinking that you're doing something better than what the bottle tells you you're doing, you're using it wrong. You just want to use it correctly and consistent. This type of stuff is just all about consistency. Not just like, oh, well, I filled up the whole tank with this stuff. It should be, cleaning it in 10 seconds. It's not, that's not the point of it. But this is what I use, AMSOIL PI. I've seen intake and exhaust tracks look like they're brand new after thousands and thousands of miles of people who are consistently using that stuff. But it's good to run through carbureted bikes. It's good to run through fuel injected bikes. That's what I would recommend. All right, AMSOIL PI. Good stuff. Mike, I'll be a partner for years. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. How do I get in? So on the website, motorcyclemd.com, in the far right corner it says Inner Circle Membership or Membership Access or something like that on the website, far right navigation bar. Click on that. I break down everything that's inside. I have carburetor videos from CB750 Nighthawks. I have carburetor videos from VT750 single carbs, carburetor videos from twin carb 750s. I'm working on carb videos for the CM400T. I'm working on carburetor videos for the VT1100. I mean, as I'm cleaning carburetors, I'm shooting them and going through step by step, breaking down them professionally. And that's all on the membership. All that is free. I do sell them individually. Like you can go and you're like, I don't want to be a freaking member. All I want is your content. You can go and just get the video by itself. But I mean, the membership is $20 a month. All right. Or you can do a year subscription, which is like $180, and that's 3 months free. That buys you a year. Boom, you're done. And you're in there, and you get all of that stuff as it comes out. I mean, and it's all on there. It's yours. But I mean, I have, like I said, those carburetor videos have taken me a long time to do, and it's breaking them down, separating, polishing, everything, the ins and outs of carburetor. That was the really most time-consuming part of the page. But yeah, if you go in there, you can check it out. Like I said, it breaks it all down for you. Yeah. Let's see. You should use a soft hide mallet to tap the barrel down, less stress and shock for your hands and arms. You're probably right, Andy. But I mean, I was just boom, boom, boom with my palm. I'm not like, it wasn't like I was like doing the people's elbow on top of the cylinder trying to get it down. So you're totally right. Using soft, I do have plastic hammers. Those work great, but I don't know. Stephen Neal, what are your thoughts on seafoam gas additives? Does it work to clean up carbs while running the bike? I've never had a motorcycle that had a slightly dirty carb, and I've ran seafoam through it and it solved the problem, ever. I think that it is a good thing, and on certain circumstances, situations, I think it would be totally beneficial. There are people who've done stuff like that, and all they do is just praise it, But I think it is a good additive, and it doesn't hurt. It won't hurt to try it. Like I always recommend, if you're gonna use that stuff, man, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. That's a good thing to go by in life and with cleaners and stuff. All right, so just follow the book and or what the bottle says. Don't overdo it thinking that you're doing something more, because you're not. You could potentially be harming it. Let's see. Sarmika, how often do you rebuild top ends in your shop? Lately, I've done a lot. I did a CB550F in about 4 months. I did like 4 months ago. I did this one past month. I did a 78 CB750F with an 836 big bore kit in it. Whoever installed the kit didn't make sure that the oil passages were clear and completely seized the left side of his camshaft. So I had to rebuild that. That was as of recent, past 2 months. But normally we push that kind of stuff to the winter time, because right now it's just like trying to get all the people who are hard on maintenance, who are like by the book and they want their stuff back, obviously, so they can ride. So we try to push the bigger jobs towards the end. This is a close friend of mine and he wants it back, so I'm gonna try to hook him up, you know. But I mean, we do everything, man. I mean, when it comes to we opened in 1968, so all the old stuff, we'll work on it. It's hard to find parts for it, but we do whatever is needed, unless it's like a complete basket case, and we just we'll send you on your way. But yeah, I mean, whenever it comes in, man, we'll take care of it as it comes in. It may be a month behind, but we'll do it. Let's see. Kevin, what brand are your earplugs? I'm looking for a model like the one you're wearing on your neck. Let's see, do I still have the bag? I don't. Maybe they're on here. I got these off of the Snap-on truck. They're not Snap-on. They were cheap. Like, I think they're like $17 and it came with 3 different ends. And I love them. But it looks like no branding. I'll look into it, man. Seriously, what was your name? Kevin. I know you. I'll look into it, brother, and shoot me an email. CodyRichards@motorcycleMD.com. Shoot me an email, say, hey, earplugs, and I'll try to dig these up for you and send you a link, and you can grab them. What rear shocks do you recommend for the Shadow Aero Progressive? Yeah, meandering. I would do the Progressive ones. They're a little bit softer, because those 750s, VT 750s, they're like stiff. I don't care how you set those things at. Man, I would get thrown around on the back of that bike. I don't know why, but the Progressives seem to be a lot more forgiving when it came to like hard hits and that kind of stuff. In America, do you guys have CBT tests? I don't know what a CBT test is, so probably not. Where did you get that hat? Offline, dude. Everyone's asking about my gear. Is my gear that sweet? No, I got it offline, dude. It's a bicycle hat. But, to ride a bike on L plates. No, man. Ben, we just have a motorcycle rider's course, and if you complete the course, you can ride whatever you want. It's a dangerous thing. Honestly, overseas, you guys have it right. You work your way up, all right? That way, someone can't come in here and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy my first bike today. Let's get a CBR 1000 RR, and then they kill themselves a week later. That's pretty stupid, if you ask me. So yeah, from UK, so I think you guys have like different tests for moving up in CC. Brilliant idea, but that's not how it is in Virginia or anywhere in the States as far as I know. But you can get your license, go from a 250 to a 1000, or go straight to a 1000 or 1200, 1800, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, it's kind of funky. But that's all you need, man. It's just that rider's course. But all right, guys, I'm gonna do some more work. I have some videos to shoot for the members stuff. We're gonna go over like top dead center and finding that kind of stuff and whatnot. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys and spending some time. Once this bike's running, I got it all back together, I'll do another live and show you guys what's going on. Hopefully, I'm sure it will. It's not too much going on here, but we'll see it running. So you guys, thank you guys so much for your support and your encouragement with watching the videos. The channel is growing like crazy. I am working on a video right now that is going over popular oil filters. I'm super excited about it. Honestly, this is like a little teaser. These right here, 7 different oil filters that I took apart and evaluated. So I am working on that right now, guys, and that will be on YouTube. Hopefully, that'll be probably the next video. So you guys probably saw the oil video that I did on engine oil and what it can do to the motor. We're gonna go over filters and see which one is what I think is good. So it's pretty cool, pretty surprising. Not too surprising, but if you use like a Versa or a K&N or MGO or Hondas, you're gonna see what the guts look like inside for motorcycle specific filters. So I'm excited about it. I'll see you guys very soon. Editing the video tonight. Tonight and tomorrow is my business day, so I'll be working with videos to get out to you guys ASAP. Again, if you not know about the membership circle, man, check it out. It's a way to support me, and you can also see some really cool topical videos that will not be on YouTube. And if you have carburetor issues for any type of bikes, I will have carburetor videos up there for you eventually. Maybe I already have one up for you there right now. And like I said, I don't skip anything, step by step. So, you guys ride safe. Thank you guys for hanging out and tuning in, wasting some time with me. I'll see you guys later. Cody from Motorcycle MD, quality tips and tricks. Next build, daily rider. Later, guys.